You either love him or you hate him, and that is the case with every single superstar, and there's no doubt about it. Ryan Garcia has completely changed the landscape of the sport of boxing. We are about 10 days removed from the absolute chaos that was Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. To keep it short, what y'all saw right there was someone who came to box versus someone who came to fight. Sometimes the boxers take the fighters to school, but then other times something like this happens where the fighters just somehow end up on top. You know, look, even with all the crazy stuff going on, even I said in previous videos, I'm not in Ryan Garcia's camp, so I just don't know how well he's preparing for this fight. From the outside looking in, it could look like he's distracted, but who really knows? And to be honest, Ryan Garcia didn't really have the best performance in my opinion. I think he honestly looked the worst that I've ever seen him, and it still was enough to get the job done. Everyone knew ever since the Linares fight, Devin Haney's chin was suspect, but there wasn't really anyone that really tested it. Devin was just too slick of a boxer that he just never had to face this type of adversity, and it really showed in the Ryan Garcia fight because he didn't really deal with it all that well. Even though there was a possible 5 knockdowns, only 3 of them were scored. 2 of them, Devin Haney hit the canvas, but they were called slips. Still, you touching that canvas and getting yourself back up, it sucks out so much of your energy. And I think from the very beginning, Devin Haney's legs were absolutely gone because he was constantly clinching. Instead of utilizing that footwork, circling around the ring, circling against the ropes, Ryan Garcia clearly didn't have the cardio, or else he probably would have gotten Devin out pretty early. So if Devin would have just stayed on his bike, I think he would have had a much better job instead of constantly clinching. And he was clinching in this weird way where he was squatting down the clinch, and that's just going to tire your legs out even more. So in the face of adversity, Devin Haney is probably going to look back on this fight and kick himself for making a few mistakes that definitely cost him this fight. But what a performance from Ryan Garcia. You can say what you want about him, you can hate him as much as you want, but there's no doubt about it, he has completely changed the landscape of boxing. These guys need to stop protecting their O. Stop feeling like you need to stay undefeated. Stop comparing these guys to Floyd Mayweather. This is combat sports. People are going to lose. Not everyone can fight to their best abilities every single time. Sometimes you're going to wake up and just have a bad day, and your opponent might wake up and have a good day, and you just might take a loss. But hey, that's what rematches are for. So you had a bad night, you lost your O, try to get that one back if you really think you are the better fighter. And what I really like that Ryan Garcia is doing is now he's calling out Jaron Boots Ennis. I don't think that's a really good matchup for Ryan, but look, that tells us something. What that tells us is, at this point, doesn't care about losing. He just wants to go out there and fight the big fights and fight the type of fights that he thinks people want to see. And that's how the sport of boxing should be. At the end of the day, it's all about entertainment. And giving us the fights we want to see is going to do nothing but boost the sport of boxing, which has been on an absolute downslope for so many years now. Let's get Shakur Stevenson in the mix. Let's get Teofimo Lopez in the mix. We got Subriel Matias, a big time fan favorite. Yeah, he's not the most popular guy, but his style of fighting is definitely a fan favorite style. We got Isaac Pitbull Cruz just secured the belt against Rolly Romero. You know, Ryan Garcia could go after him. There's a lot of matchups we could get here that could be very, very fun fights for the fans. Ryan Garcia definitely has the pick of the litter because he is going to get paid, and so is his opponent, whoever he takes on next. As for Devin Haney, well, I don't think there was a rematch clause in the contract, so Devin was supremely confident that he was going to take this win, and it just might come back to bite him because Ryan Garcia might move on to better things, but there's still fights out there for Devin. If I'm Devin, I'm going probably after the Shakur Stevenson fight. Shakur Stevenson isn't really known for his power, so that's a pretty good stylistic matchup. Let's see who's the better boxer. He could go after Rolly Romero, who has, also a very, very suspect chin. But at the same time, Gervonta Davis has said that Rolly Romero is the strongest puncher he has ever faced. So I don't know, with Devin's chin and after getting dropped like that against Ryan Garcia, I don't know if he really wants to get in there with Rolly Romero. Not because I don't think Devin can't beat him. I definitely think Devin can beat him. But with someone like Rolly, it only takes one good shot. And if Devin were to even get dropped by someone like Rolly, it just won't look good at all. But I think the best matchup for Devin is to go after Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Cruz is 1000% too small for the division. I think Devin Haney could definitely outpoint Cruz, stay on the outside, use that footwork, stay long, and he can outbox him to an easy decision victory. Of course, he has to be wary of that power because Cruz does carry some heavy hands also, but with him being such a short fighter with those smaller arms, it'll be much easier to evade. But man, what are we gonna do with this guy Ryan Garcia, yo? I may not agree with all the stuff that he's doing with constantly drinking alcohol alcohol and having a new OF girlfriend like every couple of hours. Because me personally, I would never promote that type of stuff. But hey, it's kind of odd to say that boxing kind of needs someone like this right now, because he's got the attention of everybody all around the world. And I'm sure we all can't wait to see what's next. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know, who should Ryan Garcia take on next? Do y'all want to see him take on Jerome Boots Ennis? Or should he stay in that 140-pound division, maybe fight one of these other champions? And who do you think should be next for Devin Haney? Because I just don't think he's going to get the rematch that he might want. But let me know your thoughts. As always, I thank you all so much for the support, and I'll catch you in the next video.